We are live.
Yep. Live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another random stream. Am I clipping? I don't think so. All right.
You're not.
I think it takes a while for people to see it. That data, I think, it takes a minute to come in. There's a gnat in here. I'll try to focus. What do you think is the best practice? So wait until one person shows up. I mean, I'm thinking about the future people that watch this. They're like, oh man, it takes forever. It takes 5 minutes for him to do something. But then it's like weird.
I would go ahead and start because, like you said, the playback of it. Of
Right,
people
they can skip
it.
to the current, or if they can start it from the beginning, technically.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll ask somebody, and maybe they'll answer what they think. I don't know. Connection is excellent. I'm just gonna go ahead and start. It's just super weird talking with does it say at least there's one person?
People will pop in, babe. Go ahead and start your. I would start it.
Okay.
Personally.
It's been almost 2 minutes. Okay. I'm a little distracted. Okay, guys. Welcome back to the Starry. Yes, finally somebody showed up. I think it takes a while for just it to update the information. Plus, people have to find it. I launched it. YouTube's got to prepare it. Google or whatever. Hello, thank you for showing up. I'm glad you're here. It's a little weird talking without it showing that at least there's one person here. I don't know if I should start these when there's nobody here or not. If you have advice, I'm way open for advice on that. But we are back with the Starry Midnight Lizard, and I baked this thing, and it just turned out amazing. You know, the way my luck has been going lately, I was kind of expecting this to have cracks all over it, and it doesn't. I'm still being super gentle with it right now. Looks like his foot doesn't sit, his toe doesn't sit flat. But that's...
Mill says hi.
Hello. Oh, thank you. Thank you for saying hello. A lot better than last time. It took quite a while. I think people are shy, which is... so am I. But, hello. Thank you for saying hi. I baked this lizard for about 20 minutes at 280 degrees. I did it a little bit hotter than... just to be sure I was at the temperature. And on the bottom of it, we can take a look at the bottom of this. I will zoom in so you can get a better... Alright, I do...
You gotta focus it.
Oh yeah, I know. I just... That should be focused. Okay, so what I basically said in the video description of this video is... Oh, it's actually quite close, huh? Let's hold it like this. I built this completely like on a surface, and because of that style of... It's not an accurate lizard, it's more like wall art. I mean, it goes perfect, it's flat, and thank you. And I can relate about not being able to afford things. I don't know why you would need a computer to sculpt unless you're just wanting to are you a content creator? I mean, or are you trying to because you could probably do everything on... You could sell things on your phone and take pictures. I could actually stream short streams on my phone. My computer's about to be obsolete October because Microsoft is no longer going to be supporting Windows 10, I think. But yes, I'm glad I want you to get back into sculpting too. It is expensive. Um, if you can consider using a plastiline clay, which never hardens. It's like an oil-based clay, because you can make something and just keep remaking it or whatever, just for the pleasure of sculpting. That might help a little bit. I don't know if that's a option or just throwing that out there. But because this was built um, like this, I wasn't able to do the bottom, the very, very bottom of these four legs. If you remember, I put the body on a sheet of clay to where when I assembled his head and all of that, it's all clean down there. It's all one piece, except right here. I did extend it right here. This is a little gap. Oh yes, that is another factor. Especially if you're trying to sell it, that's a whole nother thing. Um, it's no longer just a thing of pleasure, or you're trying to enjoy yourself. You're trying to make a living. So I can totally understand that. Um, I
And she says thank you for the tips.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, there's really not much I can advise for trying to get yourself financially better. You're probably doing better than me. I make 30 cents to 80 cents a day for a living. Um, I'm not even embarrassed anymore. But and I know I know that probably bothers you, honey, saying that.
No.
I'm looking at this and I'm wondering why this toe is kind of sticking up a little bit. I guess it doesn't matter, but so because this was built like this, I wasn't able to get to the bottom parts of it. And I don't know how deep these run. I worked the top side very well and even added extra clay, if you remember the streams. So I know it's got some strength up there, but like if it could be broke this way, or it would gain some strength by doing, there's a little one right here too on the top of this, in this angle, right here, here, and also right here in the tail, the the this didn't actually quite mate with the base. It was a little weird how I did that, and this is not a compromise or anything. You can see the rubberiness of the cause clay. So today or tonight, what I'm going to do, and this shouldn't take very long at all, I'm going to take some of this clay and I'm going to mix it with some TLS, and I'm going to get it like really, really loose, almost like a paste, and I'm going to feed it in there with some picks and stuff. Basically here, here, and right here, I think this is an actual crack. This very tip right here, it appears to be. So I'm going to fill that in. Actually, when I hold it at an angle, it looks like it's just there. You can see how it does like this. That can actually be corrected with sanding it, but because I built this new uh, level, I'm gonna just backfill it, just to right about here. I'll just put some loose clay in there, and that should be fine. Because I don't want to do extensive sanding underneath this. I'll try to fix the feet a little bit, but this is meant to be like this. I did some really, really good brushing with this and the softener, and it almost doesn't even look like it needs sanding. But because I'm painting this, I wanted to have a really, really good finish. And there's a couple areas, like right here on the side of its neck, it's a little rough right here, that I can kind of fix just gently. I can start with a pretty fine grit on the sandpaper. But I'm going to fill in these areas really quick. I don't think I need to be this close. It feels like ridiculously close. And I will refocus. Did I do it? Yeah, okay. Without further ado, this can't be packed in really tight. You can't move this clay at all, because when I go to bake it, it'll just break. So I'm a little leery about that. And you can see that's quite a big area right there. It's covered right here, and it's covered right here. Just in the area where I wasn't able to access it, I wasn't able to work it. If you remember, I held each hand and I kind of did stuff underneath it and all. It's rough down here, but there's nothing that needs to be done with that. And these were all one piece. I made the elbow, I bent it, so there's no joining. Any way you join clay, you should use TLS or make sure it's really, really joined. So to do this, I got this little spatula thing right here, and I'm going to, it'll probably help to hyper condition this in my hands first before, you know, hitting it with the TLS. The TLS, it stands for translucent liquid sculpey, which it's a pretty universal, you could use it with any brand. It's basically liquefied polymer clay. I do believe Cosplay has their own version. I haven't looked, which I'll probably maybe pick up one day. But TLS in itself is extremely rubbery anyways. You can pour a sheet of it, like a little puddle. I once just experimented. I poured a little puddle on a sheet pan, or like something like similar on this, and baked it, and it's pretty much a piece of rubbery plastic. I always thought that if you added TLS to any kind of polymer clay, it would enhance it and make it stronger. It would give it more strength. However, it would make it looser, because anytime you add liquid to something, that's exactly what's going to happen. So I'm going to just add a little bit at a time, and I'll fold this over. I got a little gnat. I had a little gnat last night too. I streamed last night doing the dinosaur, and it harassed me the whole night. But this is going to make it really, really loose, and the reason I want it to be very loose is because I don't want to force clay into these crevices. Because like I said, if this moves, if I were to stick something in there like a toothpick and bake it again, it risks being cracked, because the tension in the clay will instantly be released once it gets hot in the oven again. And the way any kind of polymer clay works is it is in its most weak state. The most fragile state is when it's in the oven. That's pretty much a fact. That's why you're really not supposed to touch it when you pull it out of the oven. It's really, really, really at risk of tearing or breaking. Only when it cools does it gain its full strength. And so the trick to it is to not move this clay. It's also a very specific. Cosplay is a little different than all the others. I think you might get away with having a little tension in the clay with polymer clay. I don't know. I'd have to do an experiment, because I still have Primo and Super Sculpey and all that. But you see how that's kind of getting loose? It's actually feeling really nice, and it's got some tack to it. Cost-wise, I don't know what the difference is between these. I don't know if they're very similar in cost, but I would almost use this. The softener has its uses too. Obviously, I used it to soften that body up and make it look nice. But I'm adding quite a bit to this. I want it to be almost like a paste, or a slurry even. That way I can just, it would be easier to get it in those. I could just dump TLS in that, but when I turn it over to bake it again, I don't even want to risk baking this on its back. That could be different pressures and tensions, and maybe the arms will sag, or just, I want to bake it in the same position that it was baked the first time. Is everything okay?
don't know how to share it on yours.
Oh, was you able to find it?
I found it on mine and shared it on mine, but I
Oh,
don't know how to do it on yours.
what are you trying to do?
Share the stream.
So you go into YouTube Studio. I appreciate you doing that, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I need all the help I can get.
Okay.
And then go to content, maybe, and and hit live, or
And I don't see it there though. Even you all.
wow. Yeah, I don't know how to do it either. That's a shame. Well, how was you able to share it to me? Share it to me on Messenger or
Oh, yeah, I can do
messages,
that.
and then just piggyback it to
Okay.
my socials.
Okay.
Sorry about that. We haven't been sharing these streams to my my page, also my personal Facebook and our our network, and it's not the smartest thing to be doing when you're trying to be a content creator. It's how you get yourself out there. Last night I did a stream for 3 hours, and I think I had 3 people the whole time. Uh, and I kind of kicked myself in the butt because I could have hollered out there and had my wife help me with it. I'm noticing I'm adding quite a bit of this softener, or this is not softener, this is TLS, by the way. Um, and I'm noticing that it's actually just getting softer and softer. It's not really turning into a soup right away. It's interesting. Observation is always interesting. Just experimenting with different things, trying different things until it blows up in your face like with electric tape. Oh, I'll be deleting those first 2 videos to the dinosaur thingy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to download the first video and edit it into a time-lapse video, maybe put a music song in there or something. And at the very end, right before I start adding the electric tape, I'll just have it go to annotations, like a black screen with some words saying, and next I put tape. The end, thank you for watching. That was a big no-no. Electric tape will destroy your work. And I just got a comment last night, this is a great idea, on my live stream. I'm like, oh my gosh, no it's not. Please don't do that. So I made all of the videos say the same thing, the ones that are in question, to don't use electric tape to cover your armature, to cover your foil anyways. It's not a good idea. Alright, this is getting really, really loose, but it's not quite as loose as I want it to be. It's sticking to the tool. Well actually it's getting there. That's pretty nice. Maybe I'll work with this. I'm just kind of curious. You could technically keep going and keep going till it's like a mush. I'm pretty sure. It doesn't need to be there. But, oh, now the movement is super easy now. And that's what I'm shooting for. So I can get it in those cracks with the most ease. That way I'm not stressing anything. I'm not stressing anything. Also, the stuff I'm adding to this is the stuff you use to adhere raw clay to baked clay anyways. So it's not like it's going to hurt anything. If anything, it'll enhance it. This has got some really good tack, obviously. So I'll be putting this on there too. So I got a little paintbrush. Hey, do you see that little thing next to you? One of those really fine paintbrushes. Like, what's this? Maybe this will work. This will work.
Okay.
I don't want to use that new one. I'm going to probably be painting this thing with that.
Okay.
So I'm going to dump a little bit of this right here. And even though I have a lot of that in this, I'm still gonna make sure I'm gonna put some of it on there manually with this paintbrush, because I can stick it down in there with all the bristles, and we're it's just a like a skin coat, like a really residue almost. It doesn't have to be globbed on there, but I'm able to get in there with the bristles, and right here too. Oops, right here also. It's not really going down in there. That it's real narrow right here. So I'll just try to get the bristles down in areas where I can. Like I know I can here. And like I mentioned, I got so much of the TLS in that clay. Um, I could just be over worrying. And right here, I got this singular little crack. I know it's a crack because I pushed on it, and it doesn't go here or here. It's literally one area right here on the bottom. It's not going to compromise this in any way. So I know I got some TLS in that. It actually filled in that crack. So, and then right here, it's just where the edge. I did a cap over this, the skin basically covering that foil or the taped armature. See, that's not really just these wider areas. The paintbrush thing is working for me. Maybe right here too. There's actually a little gap right here. Okay, probably didn't need to do that. There's so much of that stuff in here. So yeah, and it's super, see how that does? That's what I'm looking for because I don't want it to, uh, what's the word? I don't want it to push or stress anything. So now would probably be a time to zoom back in. I want this to be nice and we can see it nice and good. Maybe. Did it focus? I don't think it did. Is it?
It looks focused.
Something brighter. Put something brighter on there.
Yeah, it's focused.
Yep. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's just dark. Oh, you know what? A little extra light.
Yeah.
Put a little extra light on the situation. Oh yeah. You think I should try to focus it again? Now that I got more light? Nah, I'll just go with it.
No, it's focused.
Alright, so this is a dentist pick. I got several different kind. This one's a little thicker. I don't want it to be too thick. So I'm gonna go with the sharpest one I have, which seems to be this. And I'm going to start piping this in this crack right here. How's that look?
Mm-hmm.
This stuff is neat. Messy. It's ooey gooey. That's really what I was shooting for. Anyways. That one's done. This ain't going to take very long. I'm going to work around this area, this lizard to do these different areas. And then what I was thinking about doing is stopping the stream and starting another one. I was going to build some butterfly earrings really quick. I already have them sliced. I don't know if that sounds like that would be interesting. I have a video on it, I think, but live is so much better. You could say hello and ask questions and whatnot. I'll be touching this up with some sandpaper. I'm almost certain of that. So I'm not too worried about what's going on visually. That looks good. We'll do this really big one right here. This will add strength to the back side of the arm, because it's very durable. I find cosplay to be extremely durable. Well, flexibility and durability kind of go hand in hand, in my opinion. So it only makes sense that it's real durable because it's, flexible. But having said that, you don't want, it can only do so much. It's not obviously some science fiction material that can withstand the temperature of the sun or whatever. Can't really see what I'm doing back there. Turn it. Yeah, it's definitely going to get some cleaning when I do the sanding. This is almost like peanut butter. Don't need to say that too loudly. My dog will be like, "Oh, peanut butter?"
Oh, I was like that.
Make everybody hungry.
I love peanut butter.
We'll be right back after this peanut butter snack.
Apples and peanut butter sound good right now.
That does. Apples and peanut butter. So I wanted to put some right here just to reinforce that shell. And what I plan on doing, I'm going to try to work it in there. I might be able to just smush it in. Maybe it's smushing in actually quite well too, like this. I definitely got that soft. So mission accomplished on that. And maybe I can take this and run it like this. And then I'm going to squeeze it to make sure it ain't bulged out. And then I'll smear it again. And we'll call that repaired. Wow, this is super, super nice, sticky. Look how it's doing. This little low area where this gap, or whatever you want to call that. It's where I join two pieces of clay, two sheets. It even has a nice clean line to it. Wow, that's actually really nice. It should work out nice. I'm hoping nothing happens to it baking it a second time, because like I said, if there's tensions or anything in it, you'll basically have like there's foil and stuff. There's foil that's been compressed, and there's tape wrapped around it. So actually, that reminds me. This is now going to be a closed vessel, whereas before maybe it leaked out of some of these places. The air, like right here, for example. I do know this to be a little hairline crack right here. Let me fix this too. I said I was going to if you want. Yeah, yeah. It don't make sense to do that while we're doing a stream, huh?
No.
I'm just backfilling this. And I'll drag something over it, I'm thinking, to scrape it even again. But I'm actually kind of fascinated with this new material that I just concocted by mixing all that TLS in there. It's like peanut butter. Sorry if my hand is in the way. It don't need to be dragged back far. And I can sand this anyways. The bottom, I can just run it over like a large full sheet, just for the sake of making it look a little better. But we could do many things with the bottom of this. We could give it a felt bottom. We can give it like a couple magnets, or I can even drill a hole somewhere for like a slot to where it could be hung on a little nail. Is this the last of my stuff? Okay. I have one more little area right here. I want to make sure I do this. Look how sticky this stuff is. That's right. Down here in the armpit almost is where I saw this could really need it, like down in here. That's about it. It's really not much you can do. Alright, so there was a crack, or they're not cracks, they're just gaps. So here, 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 it's all done. Really rough looking. I'll put this excess right here. And do a number one of these. We'll see what that does. I made a mess. I do plan on standing on the bottom of it. Ooh, I'm not even in a shot. My bad.
You were just doing that.
Yeah, I was doing the
head.
yeah. I will zoom out again
Focus.
and focus, yes. Should have did it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll double check. See, that's obviously, oops. I don't know if you can see the discoloration right here where the wet is a little brighter than the baked. I don't need to be that fanatical about it because that's way better than what it was because it was really deep right here towards the front of it. So when I do the light sanding and all, it'll all even out. I'll achieve a new plane of existence for the bottom of this thingy. I do believe that's all the repair the areas that need to be repaired. I'm gonna be super curious how this turns out though. So, oh, one last thing. What I was fixing to say is this is a closed vessel now. I just filled all the cracks in and stuff. Like we could probably guess that maybe it was leaking. That if there was any pressures, okay, there's air inside this. I know it's foil and I compacted it pretty well, but we can't sit there and say that there's no air in there anymore. I didn't compact it into a solid piece of aluminum. It has air in there, and it's wrapped with tape, and from there we covered it and baked it. So when you put something like that in an oven, the air inside it, which is a gas, it will heat will expand it. So if we have created a closed vessel now, and it does have some kind of expansion going on there, we could really use a vent, a means for it to, you know, the air to come out. So I have my handy drill, and I'm going to, it's the smallest bit that I could find. This is a tiny 30-second, I guess. I'm going to give it a little vent, maybe right here. It's the tiniest of little holes right here. And it's a vent in case if he gets gas, it'll come out right there, which kind of makes sense, right? I mean, oh my gosh. I was doing that last night too. Anyway, sorry, just some weird humor. This is not going to compromise the sculpture or anything. I could put like some epoxy sculpt there after I'm done on the sanding and all. But even with it sitting on like this, it will release that air from underneath. So I made a mess underneath there. Oh, and I wanted to look at these eyes. I wanted to clean them off. They come off to the touch. That's the slurry, the softener, this stuff right here. I worked this using this in a nylon brush, and I was just like doing long strokes and just doing different areas like this. I have plenty of videos where I'm, doing my softener stuff. Like if you have rough stuff right here, tool marks on the arm, you would go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, or maybe like this a couple times, and it's kind of like an annoying. It takes a long time to do it, but this looks actually really, really good. I almost don't even need to sand it, but I'm obviously going to clean it up a little bit. I'm going to put this right there on the top where that finger is. See if I can't work that. There we go. It looked like there's a gap. No, there's not a gap. You could be nitpicky until forever with art sometimes, or at least I can. So I'm gonna pick this stuff off this. What would be a good? It don't need to be very. I think a piece of wood, actually, like a toothpick. Ooh, a toothpick. Yes, you don't mind. I'm gonna make these eyes shiny again because when you run the softener on here with a brush, it breaks the stuff down and it runs all over the place. So there's this film all over it, which is basically diluted polymer clay or cos clay. It just got all over it, all over the eye. And I wanted to clean it off really quick because it's not going to hurt anything to do that. But see how it comes off really easy? Oh, that's so satisfying. And it is so pretty. They're almost like little jewels. Wow. It is really, really shiny. They capture light in there. Thank you for the toothpick, hon.
You're welcome.
Of course, when I'm sanding this, you know, I have it under some, I'll do it in water and stuff. It'll get clean. I'll get it all clean. But look how nice that, wow. Yeah, you can tell between this one and the other one.
It's a big difference.
Well, I accidentally touched it and wiped it off. It came off really, really easy. I suppose it's because these beads, these glass beads, are super smooth. They've been tumbled and sanded to they're really, really shiny. Really, really smooth surfaces don't really allow things to bond to it as easily. So that's an advantage for me. Like if I would have had sanded these first, I don't know why I would ever want to do that. It would be totally stuck on here. Or at least a little more difficult than what I'm experiencing right now. But wow, we got these nice and clean. Kinda. Look at that. And I didn't do any eyelids. Mainly because I'll put the focus right there on its eyeballs. I guess it's my focus. But you can see every light in this room, all 6 lights overhead and this big Blue Max light that's over here. So that's it. That's it for this. Now, what I want to do, I want. This is obviously 42 minutes. I feel like I could do a little bit more. I like to build a couple earrings for you guys. I didn't want to have it in this stream though, but I could as a bonus. What do you think? Let me know. Should I stop this and make a new stream dedicated to building earrings, or just kind of keep going and with this? Literally, whoever says yes or no, that's what I'll do, because I don't know. The camera's already set up in an angle. Oh, okay, yeah. Thank you, honey, for helping me, and for helping me. I do realize I'm at a 30-second delay, so things I ask takes 30 seconds for y'all to hear. I will show you the stuff. They're just cane slices. I'm wanting to kind of do that. Do a little bit of that. I think it would be silly to end the stream and then just start another one. Anybody? Come in. All I need to do was to fix the bottom of that, and I'm pretty much done. I just did that, so why that's done that? I'm guessing because it was on wax paper and all wrinkly and stuff. That toe was just kind of riding out, kicked up a little bit right there. It's not that big of a deal. So what I'll do, I'll go ahead and get me a piece of wax paper to set this guy on. Or you know what? I already have it right here. Alright, I'm going to set this somewhere safe really quick. And then I'm going to wash my hands too. I really, really strongly feel that it would be confusing and misleading to just start another project within a project, because I already titled it when I'm doing the video. Guys, dang, I'm gonna end this stream and start another one. That way, it's properly titled and it's dedicated to just putting a few earrings together. Or do you think that's dumb? You know what? I'm just gonna do it with this in this stream. Is it in focus? Nice clean surface to work with. It's not really making much sense to me. I don't even know how the condition of these are going to be. It was the very end of my, it was like this big of a cane, and I was only able to get a few sets here. All I can do is build and put them together and just see how they turn out, but I'm just wondering the condition of these, if they'll even make decent earrings. But here's these two together, see how they're together? This would be an earring and this would be an earring. I don't know. I'm starting to doubt this right here. I kind of wanted to do this too tonight because I didn't take very long doing what I just did. I'm wondering what else could I do. I'll show you the dinosaur. This has been completely cured. This is epoxy sculpt, and this is so nice of armature. There's really nothing I'm doing with this right now. This would definitely be another stream. But I'm really not used to popping on here and working for less than an hour. It's a little weird, but I just finished what I needed to do. I don't know Babe, will you help me? Because no one's really replying. I'm asking questions and stuff. Hello? Honey? Oh, I'm all alone. Uh, guys, I'm sorry for lollygagging these last 5 minutes or whatever, but I basically finished what I was going to do on this stream, which was fix the bottom of that lizard. Um, and I don't have really anything else prepared for you. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'll do. I know there's something I can do. You quit shaking your head, Willis.
Get in your house. Sit down. You don't freaking listen. In the house. In your house.
Okay, you're probably like, what the heck is this thing? And you know what? I agree. I agree. I agree. What is this thing? This is my um, Snell monster. Do I have black here too? I do. I wanted to do something with this. I finished the project. I finished the thing that I needed to do in this video.
Oh, okay.
And I don't feel confident with these slices. These butterfly slices. I'm like second guessing it and everything. I don't know about building them. Because I'm going to sand them and work them and try to sell them, you know what I mean? If I don't feel like they're going to be nice, it seems like a pointless thing to do.
Okay.
But one thing that's bothered me about this is the eyes don't stand out because this is what you would call a pupil, and then usually you have an iris. That's, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the colored part that goes around your pupil, and then white. But so this doesn't have the white part. It's all iris, and it blends in with all this other stuff. So it's hard to see. So what I wanted to do was just find me a little line, leave a little rim of green for an iris, and then paint white around. And then I'll have to update all the photos on Etsy. I have this listed on Etsy, by the way. So don't buy him right now because he's getting painted. But just to hang out for a little bit longer, and maybe this will snag a couple people. They'll be like, "Oh wow, what is this?" It's a Snell monster. Duh. No, that's what all Snell monsters look like, don't you know? Or Snell Man, or whatever monster is like. He's not a monster. He's just an awkward Snell Man. So I'm just going to, I'm like this small, not that small. This is what I'll probably use to paint that Starry Midnight Lizard. I'm a little nervous about that, to be honest. Okay, so in an effort to just stay on a little bit longer, I figured I will see what I can do with this. I'm gonna just leave a little bit of the green around that pupil. Now, you know, painting is not one of my strong points. It really isn't. Because I'm shaky. And once this is sealed and it gets the shine back on there again, I think it might look pretty cool. See something like that? It has the iris still. It's lopsided. It's not. And then fill in the rest. It's obviously going to take a couple coats to do this. And I don't even remember what those colors I used to make the body. I think it's hunter green and maybe spring green. It's like a bright radioactive looking green. So if I get it too bad anywhere, I suppose I can um, do it again. Alright, that's really rough. I gotta let it dry to do a second coat. I'm just wondering, once I get a couple coats on this and it's white, and I seal it, maybe it'll help the eyes stand out a little bit. It does, look at that. I like it. And that's just a nasty first coat, so. What about you? Anybody, are you still here? Hello? There's two people watching. They're probably like, what is this? Or maybe you looked away, so once you look back, it's like a rawr, rawr. It's okay, he only eats bananas. He don't eat people. Unless you try to stop him from eating bananas, maybe. This thing looks wild on camera, I think. Alright. Try to paint me a good line again. I just want to spend a little more time with y'all streaming. And since I just finished way early what I was trying to do this session, I'm just doing something I've been meaning to do or wanting to do, which is fix this thing's eyes, change them for the new person that just popped in. We got 3 people here. Yay. It's weird. It says average view duration is 1 minute and 34 seconds. So I'm either new people are constantly popping in and out the entire time, or it's reporting incorrectly. I can't really. Oh, goodness. This makes me think about, I watched this guy on Facebook. He does, I think it's called, I don't know, it's just like these big rapid movements of just real beautiful curves and stuff, and he'll mirror it perfectly, and it has a long paintbrush. And honestly, it's almost as if a robot is doing it. It's the almost unbelievable paint work I've ever seen. And here I am, I can barely paint a ring around an eyeball. I'm so not that guy. Okay. I think this guy looks good on camera. Gotcha. I killed the gnat. Oh, this is stressful. Okay, so I'll move back to this eye and do another little coat. It should start looking a lot better now. So people are not going to really know about this in this video because the thumbnail is going to show a lizard, and I'm going to be doing a lizard when I get in here. But I guess it's just a bonus for anybody that wants to watch the whole thing. They'll be like, wow, what are we doing now? So that's kind of cool. An Easter egg for the people who stick around and watch the whole thing. I get a lot of brush strokes and stuff, but this is not too bad. This is really rough looking, so I think anything I come up with on this paint job will just work. It's already so bizarre. I have to see if I have some hunter green to go around that edge where I've touched it here and there. Are you there, babe?
Mm.
Okay, so I was asking people, what should I do? What should I do? And no one said anything. Which you know, I would have took the advice of the first person whoever said anything. And so I was like, babe, what do you think? And then you were outside. Like,
Yeah, I was dodging bats.
oh, really?
There's a bat out there swooping down, and I was freaking out.
Basically, what I was trying to figure out was I finished that other thing that I was going to do so soon. I wanted to stream just a little bit longer. Should I end the stream and start something new? Or just kind of continue on with this one? And this is what I'm doing. Uh, I don't know if it's the right thing to do or not.
Mm-hmm.
But doesn't that look... I like that.
Mm-hmm.
It makes it stand out better. I'll have to touch up the hunter green.
He looks spazzed out now.
He just eats bananas.
Eats bananas. With those teeth?
Bananas are tough. They get tough skin.
Well, I'm gonna go lay down, okay?
Okay. I'm gonna just put a couple coats on these eyeballs and then I'm done. I'll go ahead and end the stream. I just didn't want to end the stream right away. I've always been on here 2-3 hours, not 40 minutes, so it was weird.
Okay.
So I'm not too far behind you, hon. Come on, get out of there, Nat. Killing me. I'm trying to focus. Ooh. Okay. It's not very much of an iris. It's a pretty narrow band I got going on there. But that's okay. I didn't loosen this paint or anything. I just kind of blopped it out and it's alright. It gives it texture. Definitely gonna have to paint the edge hunter green again. See, that makes me wonder if there's anybody here. no one's like, whoa, what's going on? Or like sees this thing. It's very strange. Very strange. Put some water in there. This is acrylic paint, so water is... Get off of that eyeball! Ooh! Oh my god, this gnat is killing me. So, like I mentioned, I have this thing listed on Etsy. It's for sale. And, don't go buying it now, because I'm changing the eyes. I gotta update those pictures. I just felt like all the green, 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 everywhere green, nothing stood out, and you couldn't really see the eyes. Hi, Tigger. I'm starting to get coverage. Oh, you lucky. Okay, and I wanted to, oops, make a mess. Do a spot of black. Maybe I could touch up that. Oh, didn't need that much. Alright. It's very weird that nobody is like, whoa, what's going on here? That cleaned that up really, really good. It was already painted black, so I don't gotta go crazy with it. I just wanted to... It had green on it from where I was messy the last time I painted it years and years and years and years and years ago. Oh, you're killing me. This gnat is just... super strange that nobody says anything. The comments could be broke. I just realized that. It could be a bug. Like this gnat just messed up the YouTube system and people can't post their comments. Which I understand. I would much rather think it's that than just that people don't love me. Heh, I got it where I didn't want to get it. But I guess it's okay. There. Oh my god. I'm gonna go to war with this gnat. So it's messy because I got white on that rim, the thing that encases his eyeball. So I have to clean that up. Maybe another couple coats or something over the white. Actually, it looks terrible. But you can see it better. Like even like that. It looks way better, I think. Look how that looks. Anyhow. Um. Well. Oh. Oh. Oh, I understand. I understand. Well, I just didn't know like if I should end the stream and start something new. To be honest, I should have just ended the stream since I fixed the lizard. It was just such a short little thing to do. I probably could have did a video instead. But to be honest, I like to come live. It's fun, I guess. People will eventually realize that I've returned back to YouTube. I have like 80,000 subscribers, and um, I get 3 or 4 people to watch these streams, and I've had 6 members for like a month and a half now. And you know what? I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep on trucking because I have. Um, this is all I have. This is all I have. Is my YouTube. I don't have. I can't go anywhere else and do anything else. These are not cosplay. These are old. This is Sculpey Primo, and they're very likely to break. So these are fragile. They're not like. They're not like this guy's teeth that you can just look at that. I really love cosplay a lot. Um, all the things I got, the old things, I consider them outdated. Because, well, something big and bulky like this, like Super Sculpey's fine. It's not doing anything. It's nice and thick. I put lots of clay here. This is like 2 or 3 pounds of clay. But anyhow, I got the lizard finished and I done messed up this guy's eyes. I'll try to do a little bit more to it maybe and clean it up. And once it's sealed again with the shellac, because this is why it's so shiny. You can see the back of it. All them wrinkles and folds and stuff. Those were just basically snakes that I backfilled in one way or the other. Ooh, touched it. But anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. I was trying to hang out for a little bit, and I misjudged. I thought it was going to take a little longer to do the lizard, and usually I'm slow and it takes forever. So here soon, I'll be one of three things. I might just go with all epoxy sculpt and just build the rest of this dinosaur, or I'll use the green clay that I had set aside for this, or an actual sculpting the gray or the beige sculpting material and paint it. So I don't really know which way I'll go with that. I could do a poll, I suppose. I don't know if anybody would even see it, but I'll just have to figure that out. I'll probably just follow through. My main concern is sometimes with colored clay, you get plaquing. It's basically these half moon shapes. It's a natural thing that happens in this type of clay, and it would kind of mess with the look of it, I think. However, being that it's already green, even if it had some plaquing or whatever, I just did a light green. Or do you get a color that's kind of matched like this, close to this, anyways? It would be like one coat, and it would be done, and I could antique it with a darker color, so you see all the grooves and stuff that I texture in there. But it's a very bright, washed out looking green as well. I mixed a little bit of red into a piece of that, and it gave me a little dark. That's how you make green darker. You mix red into it, or you can mix black into it. Go away, Nat. And I just don't know. I'm gonna condition this more and add some more softener to it for sure, to make sure it's good. But I'm ready to do this dinosaur. It's actually, I finished last night around this time, so it's 24 hours. It is such a solid, stable armature. It's expensive though. The epoxy sculpt is expensive. Look, I gave him a vent too. So for when I bake it. Oh my gosh. Sorry. I'm just a weirdo. But anyhow, I will go ahead and get off of here. Sorry for kind of being short. Usually I'm on here to 2 or 3 hours, but I just wanted to see y'all again and do something with that lizard. All this is just a bonus. This is a surprise for the people who actually watch the streams all the way through. They're like, whoa, what's going on now? Just trying to squeeze a little more time with y'all. But I'm going to go ahead and end this stream, and I will see you probably tomorrow. I don't see why I couldn't. Tomorrow I go to the doctor for the first time in my life, and I get blood work, and a little nervous. Doctors make me nervous, but that's in the morning at 9:30, and I'm home all day, so I'll try to get on a little earlier, but I would love to get back on tomorrow and maybe work on that dinosaur, try to figure out a camera angle that makes sense, and get her going. As well as start something else once that's done, you know. But anyways, because the lizard, I could paint the lizard too. That's right. I'm going to paint the Starry Night scene, that painting. I'm going to try to do that on there. And I don't know. I'm a little nervous. It's a little intimidating. Painting's not my strong point. But anyhow, I appreciate you, everybody who has stopped by, and I know this wasn't announced and it's kind of short and brief. I apologize for that. I'll get better as I go. In the meantime, thank you again for stopping by, and I'll see you here again soon. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream.